Welcome, everybody. Today, I am here with Wendy Delgado, CEO and founder of Title Now. This is episode 4 of Founders Untold. Welcome, Wendy.
Thank you, Mark, for having me. I feel so special to be on your 4th episode of this podcast. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, it's been a delight to have you here. And, you know, as we're doing in all of our podcasts, so we are actually in the Title Now office, not in a studio here. So I got to meet the team earlier today. Now I just found out you got a second location next door as well.
Yes.
So obviously you got a little bit of story behind Title Now. It's obviously grown because if you need to pick up a second suite, I'm sure that was on demand.
Yes.
So let's start way back when. Tell me, professional Wendy, where did the idea of Title Now even come about before it was what you know it as today?
Well, I have to say, going back to Title Now or going back to where I started in real estate?
I mean, it's your story, so you tell us.
Okay, well,
where does the idea of Title Now even stem from?
So the idea from Title Now, our attorney, Tahir Nuhani, and I met through a mutual friend, and he was already writing title insurance.
Okay. And how many years ago was this? You don't need to throw dates out there unless you want to. I'm not looking to date anybody out here.
This was about 14 years ago.
Okay.
So he was already writing title insurance. He was already in this office.
Okay.
But he was just the attorney writing title insurance. I come from the background of a lot of operations, real estate, and I had my own transaction coordination company, which is still open till this day, contract to closing.
Which is one of your value adds that you do today in the business, right?
Correct.
Super big part of why people love working with Title Now.
Yes, that is, that's how it kind of came about. So he was already writing title insurance. We met through a mutual friend, and, you know, this mutual friend and Tahir and I and some other founders that are no longer here with us, we said, why don't we open up a title company? And we said,
Voila!
Why not? You know, Tahir had the experience, the license. He was an attorney. I already had a book of business. And then the next thing was, well, what a name. And there was all these different names. And then I can't recall who it was, but I do remember the moment where someone said Title Now, and we were like, yes,
boom, that's it.
Title Now, not Title 5 minutes, not Title tomorrow, Title Now.
I love that.
And that's kind of where it comes, where I say, Title Now, we're open when you're closing.
Love it.
You know, we are available 7 days a week. Anybody who's our client knows you can call me at any given time. Real estate is 24 hours. So that's kind of how Title Now was born. It was, 14 years ago. Young entrepreneurs, very successful, very driven, very just want to woof attitude. We wanted to eat up the market, and it was a great opportunity. And here we are today. We have 4 closers, and we cover the entire state of Florida.
And how many transactions would you say you're doing a month these days?
We're doing about anywhere between 80 and 100.
Wow, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
what were you doing like height of refi boom during COVID? Like, was that kind of in the last 14 years kind of your highest volume, or had you seen better times before?
We've seen better times. Definitely during COVID, everybody wanted to come to Florida. So
Florida?
Yeah.
That accent ain't no Floridian accent. Let them know. Where's that accent from?
I'm from Jersey, but definitely now a Floridian.
Yeah, that's right.
These last 2 weeks, I've learned. I'm done with the cold. We were not to participate. I woke up yesterday morning and I'm like, this is it, Florida.
That's it. 60 degrees. The Ugg boots comes out. The cashmere scarves. I mean, we're rinse ready here. Anything below 60
degrees is good, but anything below, no.
Those 30-degree mornings like that we had last week. It was
No.
At least we didn't have to deal with snow, though, right?
Yeah, but I found that I didn't have a heater in my house.
Oh, yeah.
So
in the last 2 weeks, how many people have reached out to you about moving to Florida?
a couple.
Just a couple?
A couple on my personal sphere.
Okay.
But I have to say, for my realtors, I've definitely seen a lot of movement. We're having buyers reach out more, asking questions. What's a title company? Why do we need you? So-and-so gave me this phone number. so-and-so told me to call you. I'm thinking about buying. A lot of, the weather. The weather's tough.
Weather events definitely cause a reaction in real estate as well.
Yes. It's been tough. I mean, just my son. Moved to New Jersey 4 years ago. And 2 weeks ago, he's like, Mom, I'm really thinking about coming back.
Perfect.
So I'm like, you and all your flight attendant friends, please call me because it's brutal out there. So during COVID, we did have, a peak. We were open.
Okay.
We never closed. Everybody loved it. And the deals were falling from the sky.
Yeah.
It was raining
Good
transactions.
times, right?
Yeah, it was great times. So I have to say that since then, it has settled, but we are still getting a good wave of good buyers. When I say good buyers, I say just buyers who are prepared to purchase. They know what they want. They've done their homework. Their realtor is guiding them in the right direction. Their lender has been preparing them for the last 6 months. So really, they're just asking questions as far as for my industry when it comes to title insurance, which a lot of people don't understand why they need it. So it's more like, who are you and why am I paying you this money? And
what are you telling those people?
I mean,
give us your pitch right here. Who are you and why am I paying you this money?
Well, you're paying me this money basically for a peace of mind. It's a one-time purchase, not like all the other insurances that you're renewing every year. Oof, sorry, Mark. Oh. But it's just a one-time purchase, and
on your probably biggest purchase that you're making.
On your biggest purchase, yeah. And it's funny that you say that because it's just a one-time, and then more and more we're seeing cash buyers, right? We're seeing people who are just purchasing or investing in cash, and they want to save a buck.
Sure.
In title insurance. And I'm like, it's a one-time fee to protect your biggest asset or to protect your investment. And it's based off your purchase price. Why would you not? Let's be real. Like the biggest investment of your life, right? And you're purchasing a property, maybe what, 600, 700,000. That's
your average purchase price.
That's your average purchase price. Why would you not spend the 3% on title insurance?
Yeah.
So I do try to go back to the fundamentals of what title insurance, why you need it, what's going to protect you from it, especially here in Florida. We unfortunately know there's a lot of fraud. So with a lot of fraud, you want to make sure that your title company is pulling in a title search. They're pulling in a lien search. Yes, we have as-is contracts, but you're still entitled to know if, everything that was done on the property, the new AC and the new roof and the new everything that is in the property was pulled with permits. It's important. So I try.
And that those permits are closed out.
Correct. Yes,
I mean, how many times do you find open permits or unpaid, WASA bills or anything like that? Those are the horror stories that I always hear. Estoppels, this, that, the other.
Yes, estoppels are huge. Sellers always have a hard time with, I'm selling the property. Why do I have to pay for the estoppel? Well, because we need to know if you're in arrears.
Yep. 100%.
And yes, it's an interest to the buyer, but essentially it, depending how the contract was written, most likely it's going to be an estoppel is going to be the seller's charge. But it's important to know all of this and to pick a right title company, not just any title company. We are in Florida and we don't necessarily have to be attorney owned and operated.
But you guys are.
We are.
And that's a huge value.
It is a huge value. Our attorney is Tahir Nuhani. He, he's been in business, like I said, probably 20 years because he was already writing title insurance when we met. So we are attorney owned and operated. In addition to that, we do have another attorney on staff who is one of our closers.
Okay. Is that my boy Evan?
Yes, that's Evan.
My boy Evan.
Yes.
Allie loves Evan.
Allie loves Evan. Who doesn't love Evan?
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Who doesn't love Evan?
He's
people that don't like to hear it straight.
It's an attorney.
Yeah, that's it.
It's an attorney.
Straight to the point.
Yeah,
You're getting billed by the minute kind of thing almost. Well, no, with him, it's all included in the charge.
Yes.
But Wendy, I want to talk. For those that really don't understand what title is, let me see if I could simplify this and tell me if I'm right or wrong. title is like the blockchain history of the ownership of the property. So by buying title insurance, you are ensuring that the person who's selling it to you had the true and genuine authority to sell this property. And that sounds like something that should be common these days. But like you mentioned, there's a lot of fraud. So, why wouldn't you make that investment? Because fraud's getting good these days, right?
Yeah.
And so some people misrepresent things where they weren't able to sell that property to you at all. And so that's where the title insurance is going to come in, defend. And is it going to protect your right of ownership in the event where it's questioned?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
That's the whole point of the title insurance, right? If Joe Schmo comes and is like, hey, I was the son of whatever person who passed away, unfortunately, and I didn't get, I have title insurance.
There you go.
That title company's not going to be happy and the underwriter's not going to be happy, but you're going to be happy.
I mean,
you bought title insurance.
Most insurance carriers aren't happy when they have to pay out claims. But take me back to 14 years ago, because you were doing closing transactions, right?
Yes, I was a transaction coordinator.
For those people that are in the real estate sphere, that's kind of sexy. I mean, you're like the value add that everybody wants, right? And then as an insurance guy myself, I know insurance is not sexy. So what made you go from like Wendy hotshot, I'm closing transaction coordinator, like everybody wants my service, to then title insurance?
Why not?
Okay. I like it.
It was another added value. So the way that I saw it was, now we have a title company that is going to offer TC coronation. We don't up our fees. It is just a tool that we provide our agents with.
So what you did is, instead of changing what you were doing in transaction coordinating, you upped the game to now include title. And on the title side of things, you upped the game to include
Correct.
Transaction coordinator.
Yeah.
Love it. Absolutely.
Besides giving a realtor a hot lead, if you had hot leads, you'd be a realtor yourself.
I love when you say
right?
that. I love that. She's like, hey, if I had more leads to give you, I'd be doing real estate instead of title.
It's the truth, like
I use that selfishly now all the time.
But it's, people always, or realtors, let's speak about realtors now, right? What do they want? They want leads. I can't give you a lead. And if I had a lead, I would definitely go and do a 63-hour course and pass a test and keep the 3% to myself. Anything better than that?
I mean, she's just saying what we're all thinking, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's me. Besides that, what else can I give you? I need to give you something of value.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to give you something that is going to help you grow your team. The truth is that taking a contract from A to Z takes probably an agent's 80% of their time, but 20% needs to be focused on lead generation. Agents are not good at chasing paper.
They're marketers.
Correct.
Right? They're not even good at the transaction themselves. My wife just started working with a realtor up in northern Florida that she was honest. She's like, look, I came from an agency or a brokerage that had a closing coordinator. So they knew nothing about the paperwork. And they finally left that shop to go somewhere else where this is their responsibility. And what we did appreciate about it was that person was very humble about it, right? Sometimes realtors come and they're like, oh, explain to me this. She was like, hey, look, I know I should know this as the realtor. Unfortunately, I don't. And it was because where she was before was, had a transaction coordinator.
Yeah.
So what was the first thing we did? We said, oh, you like transaction coordinators? Let me introduce you to a title company that'll take care of that for you. And I hope Allie made that introduction. And
she mentioned that we're in the process of that.
Okay, good.
And it can't just be any transaction coordinator, or at least me. I'm going to say it.
School us on some transaction coordinator. What makes...
We can't have virtual assistants that are on the other side of the world.
Okay.
I feel...
Wendy is anti-VA, anti-hybrid. She wants them in the office. She wants to beat people with a stick when they're not doing the right job.
I don't need them in the office. I just think that they need to be able to know where Coral Gables is at.
Okay.
I think they need to know where
Hialeah is.
Hialeah is, 441, University Drive. You have to be able to relate to your client, right? And realtors are just not going to hand their bread and butter to just anyone. You have to create a relationship, right? How do you create a relationship with someone that you can't relate to? Especially, not that virtual assistants are bad. We have virtual assistants in our office, right? But when it comes to transaction coordination, one, they are handling the entire due diligence.
Right.
They're handling private information. So you just have to, for me at least, that's how I feel. I'm sure there's great virtual
if you
assistants.
disagree, go ahead and drop it in the comments and tell us why you're right. We'll have you on the podcast to defend yourself. But I'm Team Wendy here, right? And not because you're my guest today. I would stand in front of whoever's going to dispute you and say contrary. But 100%, we are in the relationship building business, both of us, right?
It's very important.
A lot of people do title insurance, right? There's probably even some that offer closing coordination. But when this is your point of contact to the customer and to the broker, the realtor, everybody that's going to be referring you, you want your all-star out there, right?
Yeah,
you want the best of the best. So talk to me about, when did you discover that relationships was key to this business? Does it carry over from your transaction coordinator business days? Was it before that where you're like...
Before that.
Okay, so take us back to that day.
I have to say, so I started in real estate 26 years ago.
What did you start in real estate as?
I was a receptionist at Partners in Coral Springs.
All right. If you guys are tuning in, you got any work besties from back in the day you want to call out, give a shout out to?
I have not spoken to the broker back then, but his name was... He was amazing. And then our office manager, she's still in the business. I think she's in with Gore. I saw her through Facebook, but she's still in the business.
Well, somebody knows her and it's talking to her. Reconnect Wendy with her.
She was a great teacher.
Okay.
I learned a lot from her. From I went into an admin position with them. And then I went to ERA by Lighthouse Point. I was an office manager there. I ran that office for a while. And then I got into the condo conversion business.
Ooh, big business.
Yes. And I used to work for...
Okay.
We were in Hollandale. We ran their entire closing department. We closed probably 200 transactions a month back then. And then, we all know what happened to the condo conversion.
Wow.
Probably one of the last few of us standing in communities. It was a great run. So much experience. Learned so much.
And how long were you at for?
I was probably at for a good 4 to 5 years.
Okay. And with prior, you were with them more or less?
God. A good 3-4 years.
And in the middle?
Yes.
Couple years?
Couple of years.
Okay.
So when the condo conversions went just,
belly up.
Yep. That's how contract to closing became alive.
Okay. So you evolved.
I evolved.
But that was your first time now going off on your own.
Yeah, that was my first time going on my own.
And what year was this? Can we put a date on that, more or less? A timeline, should we just say?
I want to say 2008.
Okay.
Because we already knew, let us know that, obviously we were done with our communities. The condo conversion business was out. So I started thinking, I got paid great money, great salary. I was a single mother and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I had all these relationships from all these realtors. And I said, realtors are going to have a hard time in this market. Everybody had a transaction coordinator.
And are we talking like the 2008? Like, are you pre or post? We talking pre-bubble, post-bubble?
We're talking about post-bubble.
Okay.
Like, that's it.
So people are struggling to survive.
People are struggling to survive, correct.
And prior to that, they had it easy. Realtors were just like,
realtors had assistants.
A mortgage broker was right behind them, like, you're approved. And it's like, I didn't even give you a document.
How many teams did you know? Buy 3 of them. How many realtors did you know had a team? Everybody had a team and everybody had an assistant. They had an assistant and a TC, right? So they had an assistant who was doing all their admin work and they had a TC that was taking all their transactions from A to Z to closing. And the market, like the bubble, it popped.
Yeah, that was it.
And I said, these teams, they're not going to have the money. They're not going to have the infrastructure financially to have an assistant. So I came up with contract to closing, and you just paid me when the transaction closed.
And what were you charging for contract to closing back in the day?
$295.
$295. And what would you say the value of that these days is? Like if somebody were to go to hire a third party, not included in your service, what does that cost? $500 at least?
$500, yes. Okay. And it was successful.
Good.
Every realtor that I reached out to loved the idea.
I mean, for $299, are they eating the cost? Or are they passing it off to their clients?
Some of them were passing it off, and some of them were, just paying me. But the key was if the file didn't close, you didn't pay me.
Didn't have to pay.
So, they didn't have the overhead. I started off with just a couple clients, maybe 10. And I want to say within a year, I was probably closing 60 to 65 transactions on my own.
No way. Congratulations.
Thanks. I was waking up at 4.
Yeah.
But, I was making it happen. Back then, we didn't have any of these TC Cloud database. It was good old school Outlook and folders and,
and Xerox printers and copiers and,
But it worked.
And so it was just you.
It was just me.
Transacting coordinator 60
to 70s,
No big deal.
Yeah.
Just nothing.
But, I had the mindset from Sunvest. I incorporated all these different types of tasks that we had there. Spreadsheet was my best friend. They was, I never knew I knew how to do Excel as great as I did. If you probably put me in front of a spreadsheet now, I'm lost because it's been a while. But back then it was great. That was my best friend. Outlook and, reminders and everything was great. I wish.
You hear that Outlook?
Outlook was.
To all those Gmail lovers out there. Get off the Gmail train. Get on Outlook. It's still to this day.
My best friend.
That's it.
I mean, I
can't. Cough, Diego.
I can't live with Outlook.
All these kids, they love the Gmail. To me, it just seems so unorganized.
How do you live like that?
That's every day I ask them,
I mean, I have to say I'm here today because of Outlook.
Thank you. Not a paid ad by but we are both here today thanks to Outlook.
Yes.
And Excel. I got to give my shout out to
Outlook,
my boy Excel.
And Alexa.
Alexa's
great.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's my right wing.
I mean, I don't really listen to her when I ask her for the weather. It's like, Alexa, what's the weather? It's 63 degrees today and it'll be 7. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. It's hot.
I don't listen to her for those kind of things, but she's wonderful. She's like the best assistant.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have her in my car. I have her on my phone. It doesn't matter if I'm on vacation. She still goes off.
Yep.
She never fails.
I have my AirPods in. I'm just like, hey, Siri, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So
you imagine
that type of virtual assistant you're all about.
That one, yes.
Okay.
But you imagine if I had all of this technology back then.
No, yeah. You'd be out of control.
I would have closed a lot more transactions back then. But
so what made you stop? Did you ever hire somebody in that business, or it was all just you?
It was all me. To be honest with you, I know the fee, the $295. I never knew how to really grow that business because there was not enough meat.
Gotcha.
It just.
So
wasn't
you were saying in order to bring somebody in to actually pay somebody to do that, like it would eat up too much of that $295 that you were charging.
Yeah. Unless you were going to do a virtual assistant. And back then,
that wasn't a thing.
That wasn't a thing. I really didn't see the potential.
AT&T was the only one that had Columbia or something. That was it.
And just people were not about it.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, to your point, the tech wasn't there
Yeah,
either,
the tech wasn't
right?
there.
I mean, we were still doing, a lot of paper products and
we weren't paperless back then.
Yeah.
So
So for transaction coordinating, it's all paper. Correct. I mean, I used to work in my mom's law office and I was the file boy. But the file boy was not like, hey, put this in this. It was like, move these legal binders into boxes and then take 22 boxes to storage and then somehow find room in the storage facility that there wasn't any more room like 4 trips ago. And it was like, we'll just figure it out. And so I was like 13 years old, lifting huge boxes over my head. And when they would fall, Mom would just be like,
you were just put them
toughen up.
Figure it out,
That's
right?
it. There was no work comp claim back then. There was none of that. Now if a box falls on their head, work comp claim. That's it. Done.
It.
2 weeks out, paid.
It's the truth though. But back then, we didn't have all the technology we had today. We didn't have paperless. I really did not see how we would be able to grow. So when the opportunity came for Title Now, it was like, boom, this is it. This is how we grow. I already had the book of business.
Gotcha.
I already had the realtors that trusted me and knew my work ethic.
So you saw that as the scaling opportunity more so
Correct.
than trying to hire somebody for the current business.
Correct.
But I mean, you were saying you were waking up at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Single mom at the time.
Oh yeah.
So how are you doing it? Like what was a day in the life of Wendy Delgado back in 2008, post boom, everybody's going crazy. And you're just like, I'm going to take on 60 transactions a month, be a single mom in this. Like, where was your support? How did you keep your sanity? Like, were you just positive every day or were you like grinding it because you had no other choice?
I was much younger.
Okay.
Okay. That helps.
Yeah.
Organization.
Okay.
I know organization was key. You never, as a transaction coordinator, you never sit on a transaction.
Okay.
It's crucial to receive the contract, review the entire contract, and the minute that you get it, you put all your due diligence. Back then, it was you just had a
checklist.
A checklist.
Bang, bang, bang.
Right in front of the file, and then create the tasks in your Outlook. If you didn't do that, you were putting yourself up for failure.
So are you not a procrastinator? Were you never a procrastinator?
I'm not a procrastinator when it comes to business. I'm a procrastinator in my personal life.
Okay. So how do you turn that switch off? Like, how do you go from like, I'll take care of that around the house to, hey, I'm in the office and there is no procrastination. Like, it's not, how do you, like, that's weird because normally it carries over into both, right? So you have like this division of, church and state almost.
Yes.
How do you do that? Give us some tips. I need to learn from you.
The real estate business is so demanding. And if you want to be successful, consistency and discipline is key in this business. So for me, it's so much. I'm so disciplined and so consistent when it comes to my business that when it comes to my personal life, it's like,
feels more like work.
Yes, I don't want it to feel like work. Like it could just wait. But I'm learning.
Okay.
I recently in October started working out, which was a big no for me.
Big immediate change too.
Huge. And it was just like, this is what I have to do.
That's
You're getting older. Your bones don't function the same way. Your muscles don't function the same way. Your knee cracks, everything else. And you go see the doctor and they're like, well, Miss Ma'am, this is what you have to do. And there's no magic pill. So I just woke up one day since October, 5 a.m. I'm in the gym at 6 a.m. And there's no other word but discipline. No, I don't like it. No, it's not fun. But yes, I have to do it. There's no and, if, or but.
So that's finally that discipline that you had in your professional career, maybe creeping into your personal life a little bit. And you set yourself a goal and that's it. You're gonna
if it works here, why is it not going to work here?
I love it.
So it's more mental than it is physical, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I've learned that after so many years.
Yeah, eventually the first workout sucks the most. And
they still suck.
Yeah.
They still hurt.
They never suck less.
Yeah, it's just like
you just got to do it. That's
every
it.
rep is just like, the way that I think it's just like, it's not all day, Wendy. It's just 1 hour. 1 hour. You go in and you get out and that's it.
That's it. Make it seem so easy.
It's
the getting there. That's the hardest part, right? Once you're there, it's easy.
Getting up is the hardest part.
Yeah, 5 a.m. is definitely a commitment. So you mentioned you started your contracted closing in 2008. Mm-hmm. You ran it by yourself. Within a year, you were getting up to 60 transactions a month, thereabouts. And then 14 years ago, you said Title Now is where you entered with your partner. So basic math here tells me 2012, 2011, somewhere. So you did contract closing for a few years on your own.
Yep.
Every day, 5 a.m.
Every day.
Grinding it out, checklist, perfection.
Yeah. Addendums, due diligence, walkthroughs.
And did you absolutely love it? Like, were you thriving?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love real estate. I love the operation side of real estate.
Yeah.
I can never be a realtor. I don't want to show property, but I love the operation side of getting a contract, reviewing it, seeing the due diligence, and seeing it come from the moment that the buyer is so excited to walking it all the way through closing. It's exciting to see,
Yeah, for
to
sure.
give them their keys. And, there's happy tears, there's sad tears, buyers. It's their first time home first time home sellers. It's where they raise their family and they're moving on to, other chapters in their life. Sometimes not all of them are beautiful, but there's just every transaction has a story.
Sure.
And I really enjoy seeing the due diligence of how contracts come together and how easily things can fall apart and come back together. You learn from every transaction. It's
Are any transactions the same?
never, never, ever.
So you're still doing 80 different transactions every single month.
Yes.
Love it.
I always say if I had a reality show on real estate transactions, I probably make more money than actually owning the title company.
I like
because
that.
every transaction has a different story.
I mean, if anybody from is tuning in and looking
Yes,
for
please.
a new star of a
Yes.
reality TV show in Florida, the hottest spot to be for real estate.
Yeah.
Wendy seems a little open here.
I'm very open.
DM her, drop a line. They're open when you're closing.
Yep.
So they'll respond real quick. So Wendy, talk to me about the formation of Title Now. We got the name, we got how you guys came together, but was it an established firm title agency already? Was it this that we're witnessing today? Was it much smaller?
It was much smaller. So it was Nuhani Law, which is
Okay.
Tahir's. He was writing title insurance under Nuhani Law. Now Nuhani Law and Title Now are together.
Okay.
So now it's three of us. It's myself, Tahir, and came in, I want to say about 2 years into us opening it.
Okay.
His niche of the business is mainly investors.
Okay.
A lot of assignments, A to B, B to C contracts. So we do have a whole division that it caters only to investors. Our closers, we have closers that are just for our investors who understand how to put the deal together, how to walk through the end buyer or the investor through it. And going back to your question, because I totally went out of track.
Yeah, we skipped a few
Yeah.
years forward. It's okay.
We so this was Nuhani Law.
Okay.
This was the suite that we were in. We grew. We started with one closer, which when we started with her, she did everything. She was the opener, the pre-processor, and the closer. Slowly, we started hiring more people. We've always had the infrastructure of one point of contact.
Okay.
So
is that
that's not
was the
common.
objective from day one is a non-starter? You're like, there will always be one point of contact?
Yes,
love
always
that.
one point of contact. Just because, imagine you knew nothing about real estate, right? It's already overwhelming as a buyer or even as a seller for you to call. And it's like, okay, you create this relationship with Mary. And then how do you go from now you're comfortable with Mary to,
Then you
oh,
get handed
now I
off.
got to give you to Anna.
And then Anna's going to be like, hey, what's your social security? And you've never met this person. You're on the phone. And you're like, I almost gave out my social right there. Liz. But it's crazy. I've heard that's where the fraud happens because there's so many point of contacts. These fraudsters are able to sniff this out some way,
Correct.
somehow, and they're calling, representing. And because you've been passed off so many times, you're starting to give up your information.
Yes. And then you think that that's the norm, right? So we kind of, from the beginning, we said we want one point of contact. Yes, we have a pre-opener, we have a pre-processor, but that happens on the back end. Our consumer only deals with one person throughout the entire transaction. We call them here in our office closers. And that would be...
Okay.
And then everything that happens on the back end is just...
All the strings that Wendy's pulling.
is just, our operations.
Magic.
Yes,
Just the magic in the background.
Yeah, they don't see all of that.
So are you just like the head wizard here? Is that really your title? You're just in charge of all the magic in the background?
No, I'm not in charge of the magic. I have to say, we are as good as our team is.
Good. I love
Our
that.
team is really what makes magic. They're great. We have 14 years, right? And I want to say it's taken us 14 years to say we have a great team.
Yeah.
Our
'Cause that
girls,
doesn't happen day one, right?
no, it doesn't. I think if you would have asked me 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I would have been like, we're like 65% there.
But that last 35% is like huge, right? That's the hardest percentage.
It is so hard to find good help.
Amen.
It's just, and if you find it, like hold on to them like for dear life.
Yeah, and I mean they're probably still using Gmail when they come in too, and you got to teach them how to look.
It's so hard, to find help that understands what you want your culture of your company to look like and to feel like, especially as a title company, because it's always our fault. And you can't have the, well, it's not my job attitude. It's more like, yeah, it's not your job, but you need X, Y, and Z to finish your job. So it's your problem.
Got it.
And, realtors don't want to hear it's not my job. Realtors want to hear solutions.
Solutions, absolutely.
And that's something that is extremely hard to find because us as humans, it's very natural. We don't want to ever say we're the problem. So to be in this industry, you just have to, it's more customer service than it's knowledge, to be honest with you.
Sure. I mean, on the insurance, the property and casualty insurance, the one that you have to pay every year, as you mentioned, it's a lot of the same thing, right? I don't think we're the experts in every single product because there's too many products out there, right? Each homeowner. But I'm your point of contact and buck stops with me. So if you have a question, I know it's inappropriate. We say we're going to phone our nerds, right? Which is we call the carrier,
Yeah.
we verify those questions, and then we come back to the client with an accurate representation or response to the question as opposed to just flying off the cuff. But again, they're not having to get that runaround of let me talk to somebody else. No, you're going to talk to me. I'm going to be the person that's going to find you the solutions.
Yep.
And, I feel like a lot of businesses don't understand how important a single point of contact could be in the process and how big accountability is, right?
Yeah.
Because with that single point of contact, now where you said everything's the title company's fault, well, it comes down to one person where you could really figure out what, if something did go wrong, where did it go wrong? That person should know, right? And
100%.
then hopefully you learn from it, correct it, because we're not perfect, right? Mistakes are going to happen. That's why we carry professional liability, and we hope that the mistakes are small, right?
Yes, but we are human. And I always have realtors tell me, well, you guys are the best. We're the best that we can be. We're still human. We make mistakes and we learn every day. But for the most part, they're tiny mistakes that we can find solutions to and always take accountability. That's the most important part. You don't try to justify the mistake. You take accountability. Yes, we might have overseen this, but we caught it now and we're going to make it right.
Yeah. Face the problem head on.
Yep.
So what are the problems that, you're nearly perfect now. You're happy with the team. What are the things that you, Wendy, Director of Operations, Head of Magic here at Title Now, are doing to get 1% better? Because I know you're not just like, oh yeah, I'm going on another trip. I know your son's a flight attendant.
Yes.
And you have every opportunity to go everywhere in the world all the time, but you're still here. You're still trying to refine it. So what are you working on a day-to-day to just make you guys even better or stay on top of the game and stay at 100%?
For us, it's really hearing our agents out, right? It's always picking up the phone and getting that constructive criticism. Where do you think we can do better? Because there's always room for improvement. And title is so task. You're just checking off the boxes. Every transaction is processed basically the same way. You order title, you order lien, you review it, you make sure you clear it.
You make it sound so simple.
You
wait on hold for 45 minutes for some government agency to call you back.
Try doing that times, 70, 80 files, and hand-holding every buyer and seller and the realtors and the lenders. So this is where I say customer service is key, right? Because everybody's different. Some people like text, some people like emails, some people like calls. Some people want you to only talk to them, but it's my duty because my consumer is my client is to call them. So It's more of every day sitting down and having like a humble attitude about, let me call my client, because really, yes, the consumer pays for title insurance, but the person who's sending us a transaction and we have a relationship is realtors, right? So it's really calling our realtors and saying, hey, how did this closing go? How did you like it? And just listening to them. Maybe they want coffee. Maybe they want flowers. Maybe they want a cake. It's more of, how can I personalize this for you and give you a white glove treatment?
So I like what you said, because title, you guys have a process, right? That process isn't going to change unless something in the title insurance process needs to change, right? So where you guys are really refining is now in the customer experience.
Yes.
And so what was the last thing that was like, oh, that's a great idea that you changed in the business?
I don't think anybody has ever said that's a great idea, something that you've changed. But I have to say, one thing that I always tell my clients is, I sell the same title insurance Joe Schmo sells down the block, right? What's different is what you mentioned earlier. It starts and it ends with me. You have access to me. I'm the owner. You can call me at 7 p.m. and say, hey, Wendy, my realtor forgot, my buyer forgot to come and drop off this EMD. Can you meet them at 95 and God knows? And you know what? I probably am going to do it, because that's customer service. The next time that you are writing an offer, you're going to say, you know what? Wendy came and met my client at 7 p.m.
That's it. You got a customer for life.
Yes. So
it's those little things
it
that
is those
sometimes
little things.
it seems like it's a big task. And I like the way that you frame it. You don't see it as it's a big task. You see it as an opportunity to win over a client forever.
Yes.
And it's those little details that make the world a difference, in my opinion. Right?
Customer service.
Going that extra little mile is what really solidifies an experience for somebody and a relationship. And a lot of people say that they will do it, and they'll get that call at 7 p.m.
And they won't do it.
Yeah. Not my problem, right?
Yeah. You should have had it. People work. Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, shit happens. I mean, at the end of the day, shit happens. Shit will always happen.
I think it's just that, reminding ourselves that we're all human. Being humble is huge for me. It doesn't matter if the deal is 40,000 or the deal is 2 million. Everyone's going to get the same service, always, all the time.
So you got title now mastered. You're working on the customer experience, and I'm sure that'll continue to evolve. But I know Wendy, and I feel like Wendy's getting a little too comfortable here. So what's next for Wendy? Is it just more title now? Is it doubling down on title now? Is there an idea that you're floating around that you want to maybe talk about on the pod? That, what is Wendy's next challenge, whether in life or professionally?
I really want to get into international real estate.
What does that mean for us simple-minded folks out there?
There is, obviously,
I just see you as James Bond type shit, just like driving an Aston Martin through Europe. Like, yeah, I'm doing closings now. Like, what does international real estate mean?
I'm obviously a Latina.
Okay.
My parents are Colombian. And I am looking to learn more of the market in Colombia. And I would love to have Colombians come invest here, which I know it's already happening.
Right.
And vice versa. But I'm looking for just for a different way of doing it. I want
So like pick them up off the PJ and like a Maybach and tour them around so that they could sign, or like get help
That's
us
so
understand.
Miami.
Yeah, I know, right?
Is
it more like pick them up in a Corolla, take them to Versailles, get them un empanada and a croqueta, un cortadito? Like, what is? Give me the vision here.
It's more about money, right?
All right, money.
Money. I feel like everyone, if I'm coming from Miami, everybody's gonna expect, the picking up and the Maybach, the whole. No, I really want to learn the market in Colombia where I can get Americans here their highest return for investment. So
investing in Colombia.
Yes. So, and obviously I want to do it also, have Colombians come here and invest in in Florida and South Florida. But I know this market. For me right now, personally, the challenge is to learn the market in Colombia so I can have the investors get the best return of investment.
So does title insurance exist in Colombia?
It doesn't.
Is that like
It doesn't, and it's kind of scary.
Do other countries have it, or is this like made in the USA kind of thing? Like,
I don't know of other countries. I definitely know. I just recently was there in January, and I spoke to a realtor, and I had all these questions, and she was like, "You guys have that?" And I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "Como?" And finally understood why there is a lot more fraud in our countries than there is here, because there is nothing that really protects you from getting that knock on the door and saying, "This is my house."
and that's funny because you say other countries, right? And I know it's standard practice here in the United States, but there's probably parts in the United States where they don't think title is as important, right? And so when people come to South Florida, we're like, oh, that's a non-starter. You need that, right?
Yes.
So it's not just an international thing. It's a South Florida.
It's a South Florida.
Needs it.
Yes.
It's a non-starter, non-negotiable. You need title insurance, right?
Very important.
But it's a foreign idea to foreigners and even some domestic people, right?
Yeah, it's just not a thing. And I don't understand. Obviously, coming from me, I'm like, wait, what?
So who's your underwriter? Who do you guys use? We had conversation with like, hey, what do you guys think about Colombia?
I haven't, but how do you fix that? That's my challenge right now, right? Learning how real estate works there.
Okay.
In order to understand, is this a business opportunity that we can actually work? I mean,
I got goosebumps right now because if you start title insurance in Latin America, which I think you can.
I mean, I can't imagine why they wouldn't want to.
You guys are tuning into greatness right now.
It would fix so many problems.
All right, so Fidelity, Old Republic. What are the other
Fidelity, Old Republic, All American?
All American. Who else? If anybody from your office is listening here and you're looking for that to make that bonus, introduce Wendy to the boss's boss over there, and let's make this happen.
Yeah, because they don't have that. You go to they call it the notary, right? You go to la notaria, and you just sign, and you're like,
and they give you una cervecita, un besito, y listo, se acabó.
And that's it. You just give your money. You give the money actually, so the seller holds the escrow.
Peor. Oh my God. What?
I was like, they were telling me this, and I was switching. I was like, wait, what?
Do they even have escrow agents out there?
No.
So maybe we start smaller escrow agents. All right, so we got Title Colombia here coming soon.
Title Now Colombia.
Title Now Colombia edition. So also when you're looking for that reality TV show, I mean, look at this. She's going worldwide. I mean, I couldn't find a better person to be the star of that reality TV show.
We'll see. We want to make that happen. Get out of my comfort zone.
Okay. That's a great challenge. I love that for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little scary, but
that's an outside of the box thinking.
It is.
Love that. All right. And so my final question, something that I'm asking all my guests, and I know you seem very meticulous and you got everything under control. So maybe it's not professional, but the 3 things that keep you, Wendy Delgado, founder of Title Now, up at night before your head hits the pillow, whether professionally, personally, is it, did I start the dishwasher? Did I leave clothes in the washer? Or are you thinking about things happening in the office? What are the 3 things that still to this day, even with 100% team in place, keep you up at night?
Title Now no longer keeps me up at night.
That's beautiful.
Because I have a great team. For the first time in 14 years, I can say,
knock on some wood.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about that. Our girls are spectacular. What keeps me up at night is just want to dream bigger for my grandkids.
I love that.
I want to build generational wealth and just make it happen for them. Trying to figure out how I'm going to bring title insurance to Colombia. So these kids. I mean,
that's a big one to keep you up at night. I'd say that probably occupies a couple, 1, 2, and 3 if you want it to be.
But that's really what keeps me up, I have to say I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have my team. I'm blessed to be 14 years in this business and that it no longer keeps me up at night. You might have a realtor here and there that, I'll keep you up for a little. Yeah. Side. But it's all love. It's all love.
So despite you offering the best customer service in the world and people having access to your phone at 9 p.m., That's it. You're as cool as a cucumber. Doesn't phase you. Just another day in paradise.
You know, I'm gonna sound what's the word, cliche that people say?
Sure.
When you love what you do, you're not working a day in your life.
Okay.
And I'm passionate. I love real estate. I love the buyers. I love the sellers, and it's all I know how to do.
So your son flying around the world. You don't even. That's it. Not even a thought. You know he's going to be good.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
I mean,
if
I can
Reagan
fly.
was outside of the room, I'd be freaking out.
I can
already.
fly around the world and still close real estate transactions.
I love that. Yeah.
So
you did a few from Colombia.
Yeah,
I saw
I did it from
Casita, you were at,
Colombia.
La Finca. It was nice.
yeah, I'm traveling at the end of the month, and thank God for T-Mobile and their international package. And that's it.
All right.
You work harder when you're away than when you're in the office.
Yeah, you want to be more efficient with your time.
Yes.
You're like, I'm not logging on to just scroll,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
I'm logging on to get it done and get out so I
Yeah.
could enjoy the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. When Allie and I do our trips, same thing. It's like we're working efficiently because we're going to reduce our hours, but we're still going to get the same amount done.
Yes, and it feels so good. And sometimes, like, just the picturesque
That's it.
view is like, I could work like this for hours.
Yeah. I mean, when we're in the national parks and I'm just sitting on the porch and I'm like looking at a mountain, I'm like, I mean, I'm working.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm working because I'm working with a view, right?
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun.
It is.
So I love that for you. I love that you
you.
continue to travel. You take advantage of it as much as you can.
Yep.
I love that you're dreaming big and thinking about how to bring title or escrow or anything. We won't even limit it to Colombia. I know that's where you're going to start.
Yes.
But we'll leave it at Latin America in general because I know you'll take it global
Yes.
soon thereafter.
Amen to that. Hopefully,
First domino, you just got to figure it out, and then you're like, oh,
who
title now
knows?
Europe.
We'll have Title Now Latin America and Alpha Insurance Latin America.
I mean, if I could sell insurance down there, I'm happy to do it. Diego would be happy to do it too. So I'm so glad that we got to meet.
Yes.
Now 3 years ago, has it been?
3 years.
Coming
Could
up
you
on 3
believe
years?
that?
Yeah. We were
I just said that the other day. I was like, it's 3 years. Wow.
Yeah, 3 years.
Shout out to BNISTL.
BNISTL, yet another great connection here. My wife is, thank you. My wife is absolutely in love with your process and your
thank
team.
you.
And she's
Thank
a
you.
big fan of Evan. I've never met Evan. We're
We're gonna have to make that happen.
Yeah, I think they've met. I just haven't had the luxury of it. So it's this man, Evan, that she's always talking to. And she always leaves, the conversation in a better mood than when she went in. And I can't even make that happen for her. So
I gotta
whatever
let
you're doing,
Evan know this. I'm gonna be like, Evan, what are you doing?
Yeah, whatever you're doing, Evan, just keep doing it, okay? Because you're doing a great job.
Yes.
And hopefully one day we'll meet in real life because I know now you're not a VA scattered
No.
throughout the world somewhere.
No, he's not. No.
He's a real human being.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And we love Allie.
She's one of the best.
She's
Obviously she's my
special.
wife and I'm biased, but I get to see what you guys are doing through her side of things, right? And I understand the complexities that really go into a transaction. And nothing is better than that C2C, that clear to close, where she gets to send that message and say, print the package. First the relief on everybody that's working on it. It's like, wow, we got this to the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
We're all getting paid because otherwise you all work for free.
Correct.
Typically. So it's like, okay, my work's not going for nothing. And then at the end of the day, for her buyers that are, closing on the property, it's a special moment. And she's part of that journey that you talked about.
Yeah.
These people
She
that
is.
you are forever part of their journey. Nobody remembers the insurance guy, unfortunately. Like we call him once a year and they're like, who? Oh yeah.
I
gotta pay
remember
that?
you. You guys are great. You guys saved me $1,000 in my car premium.
You're the first. I mean, pretty nice.
I can't complain. Alpha Insurance.
Thank you. We're
the
trying
place
to
to
refine
go.
it. I'm working to get to that 100%, like where you are at. We're not there yet, and we will continue to work towards that because that's the idea, right? And then it'll come another idea like, oh, let's make it more complicated and start a podcast. And so we got to be able to adapt and overcome, and we're doing that on the fly. But like I said, it's been truly a blessing and just an honor to have met you, seen you work, and seen it from a
you,
different
Mark.
side. So congratulations to everything you've built
Likewise.
here.
Thank you,
and
thank
I look
you.
forward to the next chapter. Maybe we'll do a retouch in 2027 when she's already gone international.
Oh, God.
And she could fill us in on title insurance in South America, the creator and founder of it. Who knows? Let's
Wow. I like the way that
fingers
sounds.
crossed. I mean, just say it enough and it'll happen, right?
Yeah.
I'm into that. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Again, we have Wendy Delgado from Title Now, Florida, soon to be Title Now worldwide. If you guys have any questions about title insurance, if you're looking to buy real estate in Florida, start with a connection with Wendy here. She'll put you in the right place. She could even make you a connection to a realtor, even though she doesn't typically do that. She hasn't taken her course quite yet to take over the deal herself. And she's happy to connect you with the professionals that are just on par with her level of service and customer attention. So to everybody tuning in, a beautiful story about Title Now and how it all came to fruition. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Hey, that wasn't so bad.